and welcome to our last day of the VPT Conveyor Belt Contest. The game that we are playing today is Conveyor Factory by JD. JD is not going to be on the camera for the day, but you still have me and you still have Chris. And
Hello.
so, would you like to introduce yourself and introduce your game, JD?
Okay, my name is JD. I joined VPT. I saw this nice competition, and I just had finished a web game with same idea, this one, and like, hey, I should join this. That's actually how this game was created. It was basically created for the contest. And yeah, after some trials, it ended up as being a co-op game. It didn't start like that.
Okay, cool. And so, what do we do in Conveyor Factory? What is our goal?
Okay, let me show. So, in the manual here, you have a list of challenges. Currently a rather limited amount, but yeah, we will eventually I'll make more of these. So right now we have a setup for the first one, which basically means that in 10 turns, we need to fulfill these orders up here. These orders will be placed in the empty spots in the middle between the red factory and the blue factory. So every turn you can place an order here. Then at the start of each turn, you can reconfigure your factory. Each of you can do that. You have these tokens to show what you're reconfiguring. You can do something simple as this. This simply place it on a machine. That means this can be rotated as often as you like during this turn. The other option is to play it either as a row or a column, in which case you can move the row or column as often as you like. For instance, if I say I want to move this column, that means, oh, shoot. These three here will go here. This one go there. And actually you can do this multiple times. Same with the columns. That way you can reconfigure your factory so everything gets done in the right order. So then the most important part is like the third phase. You actually start moving all the tokens and activating the machines. So for instance, there is something on this one here. You always go from dark side to light side and from light side to dark side. So in this case, if it would move, it would simply go here.
Okay.
Move one turn. But some places like special machines, like this one, if something moves on here, you remove it and simply replace it by something of the same size and color, but then it's a circle. Other options are this one here. You flip it and it changes color.
Okay.
And this one here, it gets cut into two pieces. So you have two small ones. And a lot of the orders require small ones.
Okay.
And there's one special one, that's this one here. Say, for instance, there's two on here. This is the splitter. One needs to go to the side with the one, and one needs to go to the side with the two. You can decide which can go which, as long as you follow the order. So if there are three of them on there, two will go to the one side and one will go to the two side. So like this.
Okay.
Oh. And the conveyor moves itself.
Yeah.
It's like a tank.
It's a meta conveyor.
Okay. And if a small piece enters the cutter, then I guess they just both go away?
No, nothing happens. Actually, in the first rule, I think you played that one, they were destroyed.
Okay.
But
they
I
just
remember
pass
that.
through the cutters if they're small.
Yeah, they cut to a certain size. If it's smaller than that, nothing will happen.
Okay.
And then most importantly, if something gets moved off this side, if there's nothing here, it's simply gone. But if there's an order card, for instance, this one, it will be placed on the order card. In this case, you can immediately remove it because this order is now done. And you have one of the orders done for this challenge. If you add something to an order that's not correct, well, you basically lose. So you have to be quite careful. Another important thing is this side, the top, connects to the bottom, and otherwise not the way around. So if this one goes here, it will simply end up here. These things here are to show there's a wall. A wall basically means, well, you can't go through there, nothing happens.
Okay.
Yeah, most important, at the end of every turn, if there's any left, because there is a maximum of 6 you can have, one will be added to your factory. So at some point you will most likely have 6 tokens running around you have to take care of.
Okay, I think I got this. So we're gonna have these 6 orders here for this time, because this is going to be the easy puzzle for the day. I
Yes.
mean, it would be great to.
Easy.
Oh, I think it's gonna be fine. We're gonna be great.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been kind of thinking in my head what I've been wanting to do while here into the explanation.
Okay,
So
and this is fully co-op.
Yeah, totally co-op.
Okay.
But we get our own spaces, so we don't have to keep quarterbacking each other. I think the only thing we're gonna fight over is spaces.
Okay. So we're picking 3 of these 6 to fill in now, and then can these also be moved or
3 now? I thought we do 1 per turn.
1 per turn, yes, correct.
1 per turn? So once per turn, we put 1 card from this row of 6 into this central column.
Yeah, and we each get to do that. So
Another neat trick you might want to know is if you put something on here, for instance, if you move this conveyor belt, anything on it will be moved with it too.
Okay. So I think I would like to take this one and put it here. I got ideas. You do whatever you think you're comfortable with, and I will work around that.
Okay. Well, I can get the cutter down there pretty easily. Do you want to try to do all four of them, or you want to just get 2
I can do all 4 of them, and then I can easily swap out to do this one. I can easily swap out to do this one. The 3 that I'm not super concerned with right now, but I could leave to you, would be these 3.
Okay.
So if you want to start working on those, I think I would be very glad to hear that.
Okay. I mean, so what you're saying is you want to work on the red stuff, and I'll take the blue stuff, and then we can kind of intermingle as we need to.
And as we complete, whoever completes faster, then we can work together on some of the finishing ones.
Sure. You got it, man.
Awesome.
All right. So we get 1 move apiece, and that's our turn.
No, we get to choose 2 things to move.
Oh, 2 things. Okay, great.
So I'm going to choose this column and this column because I want to move my cutter up to here, which means this column shifts. And then I want to get this wall out of the way. So I'm going to move this down and move this wall up. And as you can see, I pretty much already got that order done. I just have to...
what you're doing there, yeah.
Exactly.
And because the splitter's against the wall there, it's only going to go right.
Yes.
All right.
Also, there's 1 token on it only most of the time, so it will still go to the one side anyway, so he's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at you, Kevin, Rockstar, rocking it on the very first turn.
I like puzzle games.
Yeah.
This reminds me a lot of Factorio.
Okay. So, Kevin, you're all done?
Yeah, I that's what I'm going to do for the turn. So what do you think you're going to be able to do?
I'll just go ahead and take this one here. Any objection to putting it here, or should I put it up
No,
top?
I have no objections. I'm sorry for being kind of greedy and taking the closest one for me.
No worries. Okay, so it's already... I'm going to assume a piece that starts square remains square.
No, it turns into a cube.
Ooh, that could be kind of fun, actually. Okay, I'm going to need to rotate. All right, so I'm going to rotate this one, and I'm going to push this column up. So this goes up. That thing comes there. The circle comes down here. And I'm going to rotate this cube, not the cube, the square. This piece. One piece enters, or No.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
one
two
piece
pieces.
enders.
With one.
One piece enters, one piece leaves. Sorry. Okay, that's done. I think.
Okay, so
Yes.
Was that considered a full turn?
This was a full turn, yes.
Okay,
Because
so
the
now we're
last
down
step
to.
was adding something to the factory, which you just did. So now we lower it to
Okay.
9.
All
Time
right,
running out.
back to Kevin.
so I think something that could help you, Chris, is if you can somehow split one of your squares, so you can solve this one and this one at the same time. As for me, I just think I just need to sit tight and just wait for my stuff to process.
Okay.
So I'm not really going to move. I'm not really going to take any extra orders. Instead, I'm going to use this to move the.
Flip the splitter out.
Yeah. It's not really for the splitter. It's more so I can just swap out the circle and the square if I need to.
Okay.
And then that's probably going to be my thing for the turn.
Okay. So the stuff doesn't move until the end of the round, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
You don't have to configure, of course, but yeah.
I mean, and you have to spot or
We don't have to put anything there.
No,
It's
you
just
can
whether
wait till a good time. Yeah, sure.
it
Okay.
just depends on whether you actually think you can get a tiny blue square up there.
Well, I'm thinking that the tiny blue square will probably replace this one once it's full, if necessary. Because once I cut it, I'm gonna have 2, right? And I'll only need 1 small blue square for that. So
Yeah. So when he puts, if he eventually puts 2 blue squares on there at the same time, does that mean that one just gets removed, or does he have to shave one off first?
I think you have to shave one off because otherwise they'll end up in there at the same time and one will simply be dumped. So that's bad.
Okay,
Okay.
so it's really an efficiency thing.
Yeah, because we only have 9 more turns left, and it's going to take at minimum 4 turns to go from starting place to ending place, basically. I don't know what to do. If you've got that covered, then I don't actually know what to do. I would guess moving the splitter down would be helpful, but I don't need it quite yet. I don't know if moving anything would help right now, so I'm just gonna let it ride.
Okay.
So that means we move everything now, and we go from dark to light and light to dark.
Cut.
Yes.
We've got to cut the cut. We've got to.
Okay, I already see something wrong with my plan because I forgot that things move on the conveyor belt when you move them around, but we'll get there
well,
when we need to.
You're good for now. So go ahead.
Yeah, but I have some plans for next turn. Okay. So I think I'm pretty good for now. I just have one issue I need to deal with. I think I need to move this up one more time because I'm going to have to deal with something in the future.
Okay.
I think I'm also going to. Darn.
Bang.
I think I'm gonna wait for now. I'm gonna get to that road when I need to.
Okay.
So while you make your
All right.
choices, I'll start moving my stuff around.
Sure. I'll move this one here, and I'll take these 2. Move this one. This one. I love being able to move a wall, by the way. And I'll bring this one down such that these three will come down. Getting the cutter ready in position, basically. Okay, all done. So now things move. Dark to light.
Oh
and
shoot!
dark.
I should have moved one other thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do that now.
Done.
I want to rotate this. Yeah, that fixes my problem.
Okay.
Then that moves up. That moves to the right. This moves up.
I think you're 1 turn ahead now from Chris, or is
Yeah.
that me?
Oh yeah, I already moved my stuff. Oh yeah, so I'm just gonna come.
Kevin, you're already a rock star. You don't need to cheat at the game, man.
You're thinking 15 turns ahead.
No, I
Yeah,
just.
this is why I'm scared of playing chess with someone like Kevin. Like I'm just thinking 1 turn ahead.
No,
okay,
I
if I get
suck
my
at
picture there, he's
chess.
already got the whole.
Chess requires a
map.
lot of like knowing different strategies and stuff, such like that.
It
And
does. Yeah.
it's a very learned history kind of game instead of like
It-
do things as you go. Okay, so
Very
yeah,
true.
now we're doing our
Oh,
next turn on top of that.
Your next turn, yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna move up there. So I actually do want to have my one thing be a rotate up. And then do I need to move anything else? No, I don't need to panic.
You want to think about maybe playing with this one here, this 4 red circles.
Well, I need to get this one out of the way first, because then what I can
Okay.
do is I can, when there's a
You can bring
space
that
in
down.
here, I can bring that
Yeah.
down.
You're right. You're right.
I just need to think of what I need to. Okay, I need to rotate that up.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I think this is how I need to do this.
Okay. You want to move that paint block at some point.
Yep.
You're on top of that.
That's
So
in the
you're
plan.
good.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna move my stuff while you do your stuff.
Okay. Right. Well, if you've got those two, I don't really need to worry about those. Everything else can be kind of just work on ahead. That's set up, ready to go, so I can stop that. Splitters, okay. Actually, I'll go ahead and rotate the splitter such that one will always kind of kick back. I think that's the best move for that. And I think I'm good.
Can you hear that?
Hear what?
Oh, someone was hammering away.
Yeah, it's not like a knock, but yeah. Okay, so move everything.
I already did my moves.
Oh, look at you, Pikachu. Okay.
Nice rhyme.
Those will build the building factory noises, I think.
Yes, it is a factory noise. Let's go with that.
That's what we're calling that. Okay. Okay. So now 6 turns remain.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to have to rotate this. And you are right, in which I'm going to have to move this to the side.
There you go. Also rotate that piece again.
I can't yet. I did 2 things. I rotated and
did.
I shifted. So I'm going to move my stuff while
Okay.
you work on things.
All right. And honestly, there's only one thing I'm aiming for right now, and that's all set. So, I'll just go ahead and move stuff.
There's a good amount of pre-playing that also has to happen sometimes. I kind of got caught off guard almost. Almost.
So if that's done, everything's moved. 5 turns remain.
Yep.
The suspense grows. Kevin, your turn.
Yeah. I'm going to rotate this
Mm-hmm.
so it doesn't get painted.
Oh.
Oh. Had to move that from last time.
That's all you need to do, actually.
Yeah, that is all I need to do, but I need to see if there's one more thing I need to think of before I potentially screw it all up. But no, it would actually screw me up if I did move it. So yeah, I'm going to move my stuff and then you can take your turn.
Kevin,
Okay.
don't forget, if you move something that's on a machine, and if you move the machine, anything on it will move with it.
Exactly, which is why I need to not move the circle right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mean a quick way to move stuff faster.
Ah, yes. Okay, that's true.
This
That is
piece
an efficiency.
over to here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And efficiency for the win, of course.
I'll take
Okay.
that. I can't move this one yet until you finish your turn, so.
Yeah,
'Cause-
hang on just a second. I'll move this here. So the next piece that moves in there will get sliced up. And there's no need to paint anything quite yet. And actually, let's probably rotate this tile here. Well, that's my 2 actions. I'll have to plan. I'll have to do something else in a minute. Okay, so everything moves. Go ahead. This fills in here. Oop, I don't want that. This is going to get painted. This one's going to get sliced in half. And then this one gets stuck. And
Oh, wait.
can 2 pieces be on the same space?
Oh, yes, there can be hundreds. Well, there aren't hundreds, but yeah.
Okay. All right.
Did you just go a little Scottish there?
All right.
All right. Okay. So yes, that's complete.
Yay.
Yes.
So when I start my next turn, I'm gonna put that there.
Okay.
I'm going to move this road down to.
So this get the circle in place. Perfect.
I think.
Right.
And then do I really need to?
Now well you could if you wanted move this one faster.
Yeah, but I think
to
there's
fill
something
the
else
space,
I need
but-
to do first.
Okay.
Because we need to still be able to solve these at some point.
Well, I'll get this one in a moment.
Okay. And I can only fulfill.
yeah.
I can only fulfill half of that one actually.
Yeah, you mean we have to work together in a co-op game?
Ridiculous.
How
Crazy
dare we?
talk. Just nuts.
So actually, yeah, I think I am gonna just solve this issue really fast.
Okay.
Actually, I think that's gonna end up looking like that.
Yeah, that's technically correct. Okay. So I'm gonna move this down. And look at that. End up with something that just gets dumped, I guess.
You're fighting.
Which red square wins? I don't freaking know. It doesn't really matter then, does it? So if we were to put so once this one's solved, where do you want to put this this 2 square or this
I
4
mean,
small
I'm
circle?
already putting in red squares, so.
Down here on the bottom row?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. And that would mean I would
By the
need
way,
to
didn't that get
rotate.
painted?
It did.
So
And
maybe
as
you
it
should
started, it
move
was
up
blue on
next to
mine.
it. Because then you're going to put a blue on a place that doesn't accept blues.
Because
What do you
this
mean?
immediately gets accepted. Once this
Oh,
this
okay.
order is done, you can immediately remove it. So it simply gets dumped.
Okay.
Yeah. It's extra stuff basically. Okay, so in that case, I'll need to redirect this down. So I'm going to use my second action to move this that way, and I'll shift things up in just a moment. But I can move stuff here. So this goes 1. This goes 2. This goes there. That goes there. Out of squares. Okay. And this gets dumped. And I hope I did that right. Okay. So that's done. We're down to 4 turns now. Kevin?
Okay. I do
Rock it
nothing
out.
and just move my stuff.
Okay. Super clever.
Pretty much it's all up to you.
Oh, great. Thanks, man.
Hey, I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Well, I might actually need your help here a little bit.
I'm not that guy when it comes to co-op games.
Well, I'm thankful for that, but okay. So
You got to take the viruses to Africa.
move this down, and then these 2 go up. I need to move that other thing in just a minute, but actually, yeah, I can move this column now, or this row. Sorry. So this will move here. Yeah, and there.
Okay.
So that'll be this turn. In the next turn I can rotate and then pull the cutter down. That moves this one here and completes this order.
Yes. Hold on.
And then so with the splitter here, one of them moves forward. It's always one.
Yes, number 2 went this way, and number 1 goes back to this.
Okay.
It will be pushed back.
Clever.
Okay. So now this comes here. This is also in the same spot. This moves here. And I'm all done moving things. And we have 3 turns left.
I see where this is going.
You see where this is going?
I see where this is going. I'll see
Oh,
if it confirms or if I'm going to be disappointed.
well, go ahead.
Okay,
Kevin.
so I finish my turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then these squares get turned into circles.
I'm guessing you're going to move this one down.
I don't need... Oh, yeah. I was like, I don't need to turn my square puncher into there. I don't need to punch no squares. I am a square.
Look, man, it's a Saturday. You can do whatever you want, but no need
Do
to
the
put yourself
youths
down
these
like
days know what a square is?
that. The
Not
youth?
Yeah, the youths.
How old are you, man? Jeez.
Nearing 30s. I know. Almost out of young adult phase.
Young adult. No, as long as
I'm
you
an
act
old
like you're 12.
soul.
Oh, stop. As long as you act like you're 12, you're fine. Are you all done, Kevin?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put this one here. And I need to bring this one up. I'm just going to bring this whole row up 1.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't see that one coming, but sure. Show me.
I didn't see it coming either, actually.
Surprised me.
And
Come on, I
everything else-
do what I hope you're gonna do.
you hope I do something that I'm not actually sure I'm supposed to do. I can't move this until it's actually time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna move everything though.
Yeah, I mean
Is
you're
that
just
the
gonna
right
you're
move?
just gonna have to dump this square. But
Okay, I can.
you still
I can
got
dump
another
a square. Yeah. So in that case, yeah. So on my next turn, I'll rotate this one 90 degrees, and it'll come down, and then
Wait,
over. And we have
why?
time for that. To go from here, there, and then there.
But what about solving this one?
Well, this one's solved right here.
Yeah, but these two
I'm
move
moving it
together.
down. So those two will get dumped.
And you know that things move when you also move them on the conveyor, right?
Okay. What are your thoughts here, Kevin?
So if you move this column down,
Okay.
and then it gets turned to a circle, it gets cut, and then it goes onto the thing.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're laying down here. Right. If there's a winner in this game, it's going to be Kevin. Okay.
Winner in a co-op game.
Here.
We both win.
Oh, stop. You're so cute sometimes, Kevin. So.
Friends are my power.
Oh, please. This is not a PSA from the 90s.
I was doing anime, but okay.
So that's even better. The Care Bear Countdown.
Yes, Care Bear the anime.
Kevin. We have 2 turns left. I think we can do this.
Oh, yeah. So I done mine.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you just do nothing.
I don't need to move anything. This just goes
solves
there.
That.
That solves
goes
that. That
into
gets
nothing
dumped.
space.
That also gets dumped.
You're
this
generating
comes
a lot
here.
Here, Chris.
Okay. My ability to generate rubbish is legendary, I'll have you know.
It's a factory.
There, you have nothing left to move. This comes here, and there's a last order, and
we have 100% completed the first challenge.
Well done.
What was that? I just saw on the camera something happening. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were like going, oh.
I was going,
oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we won the first challenge. I know. Hip hip hooray, whatever. I'm sure it's possible to do in fewer than 10 turns, but I'll take all the help I can get.
This is enough. I mean, later challenges you get nasty stuff like one person has a cutter and the other doesn't, which is quite harder, but still doable.
Do we get the same amount of turns, or do we get more turns to do
You
that
get more
stuff?
turns, which would be impossible, I think.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, I see. Move back walls, tokens.
It's all kind of laid out on the spreadsheet there.
Yeah. Could use some lines on this spreadsheet, though.
Yeah, you're right.
And not allowed.
Usually what you want to do is you want to have a spreadsheet with the lines, and then you also like alternate shading on each color. On each row.
That does help.
Each other row. That usually is like the best. So I had a pretty good time. What about you, Chris?
That's fine. I definitely appreciate the puzzly element. It's this type of game is not my personal favorite. But it's definitely done well. I don't feel like I have to think like 5 moves ahead to have a chance at winning here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good.
I think I'd like to see a little bit more passing between the players. Because while we were splitting up our orders and doing pretty well, I feel like we just kind of like were solving the same thing together.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
well, as a first puzzle, kind of almost a tutorial type level to get you into the mood of moving pieces and then getting to know the order of operations. This is definitely great.
Yeah.
In terms of keeping it really simple, that's really the important part for a first puzzle. You want this to have as close to 100% win as possible. I'm thinking of any tutorial level in any video game where it's teaching you how to jump and how to move. There's no enemies in that. You're going to advance. It's just a matter of how much time it takes you to figure that out.
I could see in a physical version of this, it's kind of hard to do this in Tabletop Simulator. But instead of having like these 4 different tokens, instead you kind of like had different complex tokens where you could just like punch things out and like separate them actually manually, and they have like little interlocking pieces. Have fun with a 3D printer and get that working.
There's a Thingiverse for it.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Conveyor Factory. This is the last one for the entire contest. I hope you enjoyed watching all of them. If you want to vote on your community pick, because half this is judges and half of this is also community voting, just head on down to the VPT Discord. I will have all them up by the end of tomorrow, along with the archived videos if you missed any. And I hope that we get as many people voting, because I'd like to see what everyone thought. That's it for today and for the contest. Was there any last things you wanted to say, JD?
Well,
Chris, you want to say? Well, actually, I only think, vote for me or something stupid like that.
Oh yeah, you can vote for yourself. I mean, like, everyone.
Yeah, but maybe I should.
Yeah, give yourself the best chance you can.
I was just going to say, well done, JD. You've taken a very clever tack on the theme, and have made something that is clearly able to be understood. It's just a matter of I really do appreciate it when the rules get out of the way, and then you can get into the strategy, the deeper thought in the game. So I really do appreciate when games do that. So well done.
Thanks.
You didn't have to have the text on any of the cards in order to tell people what to do. So when that happens, it's like, okay, so I'm not reading every turn and such like that.
Yeah, European publishers are going to love that. Just the fact that there doesn't even need to be any text in these cards. The icon itself, the machine that clearly shows a circle, or the icon of the cutter blades, makes it pretty clear what happens here. You might need an icon on the cutter blade that shows one big circle and then like an arrow and then 2 smaller circles, but that's a very easy thing to do.
Well, I think that could be like a flip tile. You have the pretty side and then you have the information side. Because you didn't even have to tell me that it was like dark goes first and like it goes from dark to light, because the arrows on the conveyor belts help implicate that. I mean, I did have a little bit of an issue with the splitters, because one just needs to be a 1, the other one needs to be a 2. The dark light thing doesn't help as much there. And I mean, you do have a 1 and a 2, but it's like, let's see it, really, really close there. Now I can see it.
It's really tall. It's really small.
But everything else was really clear.
Like, JD, for the sake of argument, if I were to just make one graphic design change, I might literally have the number 1 large and part of the conveyor belt itself, and then the number 2, large on the conveyor belt, not a small number in the corner, but just printed on the conveyor belt itself.
Actually, that makes sense. It's a good idea, and actually quite easy to do too.
Yeah.
And you can make it look like an imprint, like the other arrows.
I was happy with the icons, or actually I should say the cards. Only the painter didn't work out as I hoped it when I drew it. But yeah.
Yeah, but I think it looks nice.
Yeah, but it's not as descriptive as the other ones.
True. Okay, that's going to be the stream for the day. And as I said, all the information earlier, if you want to be a voter, we deny no votes. Except for people who vote multiple, and I will be able to try to check to make sure about that, so you don't have to worry about that. Thank you very much.
Watching you voters.
See you guys later, maybe when we have another contest sometime.